Today's collectible spot, we're doing it again. Today we're having a look at the Simpsons Lego minifigures blind bags. This is now the third video. Part 3, this is the Return of the Jedi version of the Simpsons minifigures. If you've hopefully followed along Spot with the last two videos that he's done, I have fared pretty good. Pretty good, though I'm still looking for Mr. Burns, which has eluded me badly. Now, even though Spot was lucky enough to find these at Toys R Us, or the last video I found these at Toys R Us, Toys R Us dried up pretty fast indeed. It was only after I went to Walmart that I was doing grocery shopping, and I happened to go down the Lego section. I don't know, call it a hunch, and they had the mass amount. I was trying to think of something creative, but they had this huge amount of Lego minifigures. I kind of just sat there, rubbed my eyes a little bit. No, this can't be right. Toys R Us is completely sold out. Sure enough, they had it. Now, Spot took the liberty of picking up another 7 bags of minifigures. So we're going to see how we do. So if you've followed me along so far, leading up to this point, Spot's got himself a couple of Ralphs, Itchy and Scratchy, Homer, Bart, Lisa, Flanders. Also got myself a Nelson. A Nelson was another one that we got there as well. Grandpa, got a couple of Grandpas. Still looking for Mr. Burns. Itchy and Scratchy was a good find last time, but let's see if we do any bit better this time around. This is set 71005. It's for ages 5 and up. Warning, contains small parts, not for children under 3 years of age. I mean, minifigures have small parts to them. But down below it says building toy on the back. Some read up. Recommended for 3 and 0 and 3. Okay, we get it. We got it. Good. Let's go. 16 to collect, by the way. 16 to collect. So, all I'm going to need myself is a knife. Oh! Reaching off camera. I'm probably banging the camera there. Got myself Hank. Why I didn't have Hank with me at the time I started this review, I don't know. It's one of those things. So, let's open up the first bag. Depending on how well I fare too, this might potentially be the last video. Lone tier, I know, I'm sorry. This might be the last video that I shoot of the Lego minifigures. I don't want to be doing like part 4, part 5, part 6. You guys are probably going to be getting bored out of your mind. The smart thing would have been just to probably pick up like 100 of these right off the bat and just shoot one big video. But then you guys have to be here for 45 minutes. It's probably something you guys don't need to necessarily be doing. And I already kind of know what we got inside, but there's a brochure. There's your breakdown right there. So looking at it, I need Marge, Maggie. I'm kind of going through this way. Marge, Maggie, Krusty, Milhouse, Apu, Wiggum, and Burns. I think that's right. I think that's what we're missing now. They're on the back. Several different floating heads. How to build your minifigure if you're new to this, if this is your first rodeo, and some accessories. Moving that to the side, the first and last time you'll see this on this video. Opening up the first bag, the first one we got is Scratchy. And I think Scratchy. I always get those two confused, Itchy and Scratchy. I think this is Scratchy. I always think Scratchy, claws, meow. Put the torso on there, head, there you go, and finally the axe. Whoops, helps also if you put it the right way. You would not be able to cut a tree with an axe backwards. You'd be there for a very long time. There's Scratchy. But the last one, it was just right. He's got himself a rubbery tail, which is a nice piece. Nice little addition. This now makes 2 Scratchies for me. 2 Scratchies. Still loving them. Probably one of my favorite minifigures so far from Simpsons. could be potentially Itchy and Scratchy. I think they're such awesome looking pieces. Bag number 2. Bag number 2 out of 7 bags. While I'm doing this, while I'm opening these up, you guys can let me know down below how well you've fared with your minifigures. Why the camera unfocused? Anyways, let's open up the next bag. Next bag is, oh no! Oh no! Another Ralph. Somebody right now, I'm sure, is screaming on the other end of this computer, this monitor, saying, oh my god, I need Ralph! Spot's got like 7 of them! I don't have 7 of them, but it's getting up there. I choose you? Not anymore, Ralph. You're kind of... Ralph must be one that you get a lot of in a case. Like, if you were to... Not that I would suggest that you buy a case of Lego minifigures, because that's probably about $200, $300, $400. But you probably would come across a lot of Ralphs. I'm gauging that by how many Ralphs I've gotten so far. There's Ralph, guys, once again. Moving him to the side. Let's bring the camera back again. Bag number 3. Mr. Burns. Come on, Mr. Burns. There's a stand. Pamphlets. Once again, we've seen that. All right, at least we've got ourselves a new character. Joining us to this festival of Simpsons. Got ourselves Apu. Whoop. Let's not drop his head. There we go. And he's got himself a Squishy. Put that into his hand as well. Sometimes Spot has a tough time getting these circular Lego pieces, just the regular barrel pieces, on a hand. You kind of have to just... Once again, Spot's cursed by this moisturizer he puts on. Oh, let's put the moisturizer on, he says. Makes your fingers and hands look smoother on video, he says. But then it always ends up being difficult for him to get the pieces on. There's Apu. I don't really know what that was. That was me. I started to do the impression of Apu when he had, what, that 72-hour shift. And after a while, he thought he was a hummingbird. And he's like, zee. I really don't know what noise that really was. I apologize. But there's Apu. Looking good. Moving him to the side. Burns would really make my day. Not that my day needs someone like a minifigure of Mr. Burns to cheer me up, but Mr. Burns definitely would be the bomb. The next bag, and we got ourselves another Itchy. Sorry, another Scratchy. There I go. I did it again. Another Scratchy. Let's put him on his display peg, his little display stand. Put the up torso on there. Oops. Hey, let's not forget the tail Spot. You're getting ahead of yourself. Gotta get all your ducks in a row. People and their sayings. Ducks in a row. First rodeo, ducks in a row. Spot's introducing, hopefully, new things to this review other than weird old person sayings. There's Itchy. Nope, Scratchy. There's Scratchy again. 2 of them. That makes us now 3. 3 Scratchies. And I don't know, like 400 Ralphs. The next bag, get this opened up. I'm really enjoying the blade currently that Hank has. It's quite sharp. I'm really making short work of these blind bags. It is. It's Mr. Burns. There's Mr. Burns! To all his friends he's Monty, but to you it's Mr. Burns. Deep beans! There's Mr. Burns. Wow. You have eluded me so long, Mr. Burns. It has been way too long. Let's turn your hands around. Give you the inanimate carbon rod right there. And Blinky. He actually even comes with Blinky. He kind of would have been cool too if he came with Bobo. His little stuffed animal bear that he had growing up. Boo boo. There's Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns. Wow, I'm happy now. It's surprising how something like this can cheer me up. Isn't that really sad and pathetic? Yeah, it really is. There's Mr. Burns. There he is right there, Mr. Burns. All right, moving him along. That's good. I guess now we only need Marge, Krusty, and Milhouse. Let's see how we do. Next one. Oh, no. You know what? I'm not even going to... I even dropped his head on the floor. I was going to say, I'm not even going to put this one together. There's Ralph. In pieces. His head's on the floor. I don't even care. There's Ralph right there. Ralph. Finally, the last bag in this, what proved to be a pretty successful venture into minifigure territory once again. The final bag. We opening this up. And inside, well, we got ourselves a Nelson. We've already got ourselves Nelson before, but you know what? I think this is your only second time to this channel, Nelson, so I'm actually going to take the time and build you. Ralph, you can still forget it. I've moved on. Surprisingly not really devastated by it either. Ralph's head is still on the ground, and I really don't care. There is Nelson. There's Nelson right there. And there's Ralph. Good old Ralph. You plague these videos like you do. I'm sure if I was to get another blind bag, it would be Ralph. Guaranteed. But let's revisit what we got. Got ourselves a Nelson. We got ourselves Itchy, Scratchy, Apu, and the coup de grace. Pronounced that wrong. There's Mr. Burns, complete with age spots on his forehead. He could be a little bit taller, but I'm not going to knock this at all. We got ourselves a minifigure of Mr. Burns. I'm happy. I can call it a day. Oh, and also, really, I didn't even mention that Mr. Burns's fish bowl there was actually a minifigure head. They've just colored clear. Well, they haven't colored clear. They've cast it clear. Not bad at all, if you ask me. If anybody is asking me, I say not bad at all. Today's collectible spot, the Return of the Jedi version of the Simpsons minifigures. There's the bag right there. Simpsons minifigures set 71005, the blind bags of the Simpsons. Stay tuned, guys. The spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. Probably won't do any more Simpsons, as this is now the third video. Depending on if you guys like this or not, maybe might do another one. But thanks for watching, as you always do, guys. I'll see you next time. Mr. Burns.